Alright, we're back. Let me know if you guys can hear me. If you guys can't hear me, that way we can go ahead and get started with today's session. What's going on? Alright, cool. Just want to make sure this thing is not lagging again. I don't know why it's been doing this. Okay, awesome. Let me send this over to everybody out again. We're gonna wait for this time frame to go through. 1 second, guys. All right. We should be good to go. Cool. All right, guys. So I'm gonna be looking at GBP USD mainly. Currently, we go ahead and just delete as far as what it is that we're seeing right now. I'm gonna go ahead and delete everything. That way we can start from zero, and you guys can see exactly what it is that I'm looking at. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete everything, start from zero, so you guys can see exactly what it is that I am looking at. Let me go to the stream real quick. Make sure everything is running smoothly. Okay. Okay, I know what it is. I have a parallel. So I have this other software. I'm going to have to get rid of it. So that way next time it's not lagging. I do not like this lagging. Unfortunately, it's lagging way too much. But we'll just have to go ahead and run it as it is. So GBP/USD, as we can see what's going on within the market. I'm going to go ahead and keep it short, sweet, and simple. We can see how we are in a major zone for GBP/USD. That has been acting up fairly nice in the past, acting very nice as support resistance. But overall, what is that I am exactly paying attention to is the area of imbalance right up over here. So this is a nice area of imbalance in the market that I am paying attention to. Okay, this is a nice area of imbalance that I am paying attention to. Let me go ahead and put the volume up. Okay, I hope that is better. I went ahead and connected the mic, so should be good to go. Okay, so currently this is a zone that I'm paying attention to for GBP/USD. As we can see, market has reacted fairly nicely in this area. We've been having nice closes to the downside for this specific pair itself. On the 4-hour time frame, we're having nice bearish variations, and we also see the EMA respecting fairly well. Now, one thing that I am taking in consideration is I want to go over to the daily time frame, and on the daily time frame, what I want to see is I want to be able to identify the overall structure and exactly what is that market is doing. So in this case scenario, we can see how market has still maintained its bearish structure to the downside. So ideally, we'd be wanting to look for bearish scenarios. However, one thing that I do want to go ahead and call out right here is the price action that we've been able to see with this daily candle. We had a very nice daily closure, bullish daily closure. So this is a very nice candle right here that I am paying attention to. However, we are still in a bearish variation, and we also did go ahead and break below our previous low. So as we can see, there was a break before under our previous lows. So that is something that we want to be paying attention to, and that is something that we do want to understand. Bid trend is lower than the recommended bid trend. We recommend that you use. Okay, what is going on? Okay, I don't know what's going on with YouTube right now. That my streaming stuff is going slow, supposedly. But moving forward, as we can see how market has been reacting fairly nicely. We didn't quite fulfill this imbalance zone. However, we did come to a very nice point of interest on the 1 hour time frame. So we go over to the 1 hour time frame, we can see that down over here we had a nice point of interest, and right here we had fulfilled the imbalance zone on the 1 hour time frame. And the area that we are testing into is this point of interest, which is also considered a accumulation of price. So down into this accumulation of price, we can see how market came up into that zone and was respecting. Bro, this low is lower low, right? And GU, this low right here is a lower low, correct? This right here is a lower low, and then this right here, we had broken structure on the 1 hour time frame. So this is when we go into time frame correlation, which is something that we definitely want to be paying a lot of attention to. So when it comes to time frame correlation, you want to be able to correlate all time frames. On the daily time frame, what we are identifying is that we are still moving to the upside, but at the same time we are bearish. Okay, this was right here a retracement. It was a nice healthy retracement. So on the daily time frame, price action is telling us that market is wanting to move to the upside. However, this was a simple retracement because we had broken previous lows, meaning that we had accumulated down over here. Now what we want to be looking for is 4 hour, 1 hour bearish variations. So when we go over to the 4 hour time frame, we can see how nicely we're able to create a 4 hour bearish variation right over here, and how we've been continuing to the downside in that case scenario as well. Now going over to the 1 hour time frame, we can identify how market right now has been wanting to break. We still have not broken. Okay, many people would consider this as a potential break. This is not a break yet. We still have 40 minutes left for this particular candle, so it's very important for us to understand that we need to wait for the closures of the candles in order to go ahead and move forward when it comes to these scenarios. So that is the GBP/USD so far right now, and if we go ahead and look at the DXY, that means that the DXY is wanting to recover. However, one thing I do want to show you guys right here that happened on the DXY was this right here. So if I go ahead and pull out the structural levels, we can see how we broke structure to the downside. So what market could be doing is could be going up into a 50% level, which in this case somewhere around here, for market to later on, once it reaches that level, potentially create some type of distribution for it to potentially continue on moving down. So those are things that we are aware of. And if this does move down, what does that mean? That means that GBP/USD is more likely going to potentially move up. Now, right now it is 1220 right now, and we are approaching a nice area of imbalance, which is right over here. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be looking for a counter trend trade to the upside, and it's not so much a counter trend trade, not too much. Just understand that market could potentially come up a little bit higher, at least to these levels, and potentially even up into these levels, which is at 1.3800. I would like to see market come up into those levels, 1.3800. However, understand that if by any means buys are being taken, it is still considered a counter trend from a higher time frame, such as the daily time frame. The 4 hour time frame looks like we did want to go ahead and change structural levels. However, we are in a major zone, so those are things to take in consideration. What I would be doing in these case scenarios is hedging both my buys and my sells. So in this case scenario, be looking for potential buying hedging, and then over here potential selling hedging, and pretty much move forward from there. But as of right now, I'm more towards the buying scenario based off of what it is that I'm seeing right now. Yes, there is 4 hour continuation, 4 hour variations to the downside, but when we look at the DXY, exactly what is that it wants to do, we can see how market is having a lot of difficulty right here. It's having a lot of difficulty, and we did have one run over here to the upside. So this run right here pretty much took out, did a liquidity sweep before it wanted to go ahead and potentially go to the downside. So those are things to pay attention to. I'm more likely going to be looking for buying scenarios on GBP/USD. I just need to find the zone. Let me see. I am kind of liking what I'm seeing right now. Let me go over to lower time frames. Let me go to the 1 minute time frame. So I'm gonna see if market can come down into the zone right here before having anything, before deciding any move. That is for GBP/USD. I like to see market come down to the zone, see how it reacts, and then move from there. USD/JPY. USD/JPY. When we go over to the 1 hour time frame, we can see how we've been expanding for quite a while, and we are coming into a nice zone of imbalance right up over here. So if we do respect this